Hello everyone, Gigs here on another Constantiam base tour. This base tour is yet again on a download of the base. The base as it stands doesn't exist anymore as it's been griefed into a crater. However, I do have a download of the base, and so I thought I would take you around for nostalgic reasons. So the base we are going to have a look at is Melon Cube. Melon Cube was started in around about August 2016, and this big cube was built over a few months, and we abandoned the base in December 2016 after someone who was coming through the base griefed it very lightly. So this tower that I'm currently in was built by Uberslugcake. Nice big tall tower. In order to get up it you have to go through the stairs on the outside, because as you can see it's just one great big death drop in the middle. This used to be my place for taking off and flying with Elytra. I'd head on up and launch off there to return to spawn. This is where he got all his supplies from. So a very nice tower. Over here is the standard Uberslugcake AFK fishing spot, and that's the villager breeder. So let's head on through the temporary exit, which was always there. I'm not quite sure why it's a temporary exit, but there we go. So over here we have the first building is mine. So this was my little house. Out the back I've got a little bit of a swimming pool. A little bit more girlier than some of the rest of the base. This is our base banner, little Melon Cube. It's quite cute. Down here I had my little working area, and I won't go up the stairs because it's a little bit fiddly to go up. But inside of here was my, I had some villagers trapped in there. I was going to completely furnish out all of these rooms, but the only room I got completed was the bedroom. So this is where the villagers were coming through once they've been bred, and they were being sorted here and sent off to where they needed to go. This was still a work in progress. Prisoner was our villager breeder, and he had gone on vacation the day before this download was done, but it wasn't far after that it was, I think it would have been late December. No, actually it would have been before Christmas this was griefed. House by Jeding, hasn't furnished it at all. Again, this one's another Jeding house. Jeding tower. Not sure who made the little dinosaur. Super cute. In here we have a little bit of an underwater oasis, a little bit of a park. Can I get in? Yes, yes. So just some little trees, a bit of grassy area. Probably needed a little chair off to the side so you could sit here and just watch the trees. We didn't have parrots in those days. Parrots would have been good in here too. These statues, there was supposed to be a statue for all of the main basemates. So we had myself, Hausemaster, aka JukePolice, Prisoner, Uberslugcake, Jeding, and to be added to this was still supposed to be BallsyBlockhead, Hearthstoner, and I needed to squish James in here somewhere too, but I think I was running, no, I might have been able to fit all three of them there, who knows, but that was essentially eventually going to be all the basemates, all the main basemates. We had people flowing in and out, but they were going to be the main ones. So this is our iron farm, and this was built by Hearthstoner. So eventually I think he had plans for this to go up further and hide the complete iron farm, but he actually left us before it was griefed, I think, to go off and do his base with other basemates who would come onto the server. So he created this door here, which we could head on in and access the iron supplies. There was a jukebox here as well, so you could listen to music as the iron golems were dying. Nifty little area. Inside it's more of like a little bit of a working area, so you can see the iron golem kill chamber, and this is all that inside area that we just went into. Don't touch for fudge. Nothing. Whoever did the download probably didn't open chest contents anyway. So this is a little build by Jeding again. Looks like it goes down. What goes down in there? Where's our entrance? Do we have an entrance? Can we get in? Oh, it's around the other side. Typical. Yes. Jeding being complimentary about his builds. You can pretty much see one of those signs on every single one of his builds. This is Ballsy's Inception House, and he called it an Inception House because when you go inside, dunky dunky dunk, this is the roof, and that's the floor. So there's your couch, your bar area, and down into here is where he had set up a carpet duper and a rail duper. Ew, it was repaired. Someone broke it. Wouldn't have been me, I didn't touch those things, I break them all the time, so there we go. So that was that. Over here we have, so the majority of these melons were actually hand harvested. We built this multi-layered melon farm, and we would go through and we would use our silk touch. Actually, I used silk touch. Some of the other guys actually used a standard axe and had to craft all of these melons. It's crazy. But eventually, Melanie was made by Ballsy so that we got a little bit more of an automated system coming through, which would fill up all of these chests, which helped create this ginormous cube. So inside of here, so this was all the sheep that I was using initially to do those statues, and then I think Fluffer had a plan to use some of these. Fluffer was someone who popped in every so often. Don't think I have anything that Fluffer actually built at the base that I'm aware of. Inside here we did have some villages. These villages were ones that were initially from our zombie grinder. That was in the days when you got zombie villages from your spawners, which you don't get anymore. So you can see we had a fair few visitors coming on through, and yes, Phantom Captain even came and placed a sign at the base, which was pretty cool. Here we have a 3 zombie spawner, which is great for getting XP. Unfortunately, when the base was griefed the initial time, the griefer didn't remove the spawners, but the basemates decided to do that when they left the base, which is a bit of a shame, but that happens. So down here we have more of the area of the cube. So this area was designed and built by Prisoner, very much an organic style builder. We did have a book there which had the melon song in it. It was very nice. I don't know, is that actually, that's probably it. It's a nice little display of the melon. All hail the melon, all hail the melon. It's very much a melon base. Down here we have a bit of an observation deck which looks out over the big cube down here. You'll see over there, we'll get a little bit of a close-up view. We've got the wooden golem over there that was also built by Prisoner. Little AFK fishing area, and that's nothing, it's just empty. Let's hide that. Down here we have a slime farm. Here is where we stored our bits and pieces. This was a big auto furnace smelter. So you could just plonk all your bits and pieces up here that you wanted to smelt, and they would pop out the bottom here. See all the stone that has been smelted. Oh, and some fish. And it would just keep on ticking along. And here we have a little bit of a farm area, so sugarcane, pumpkins, oh, and of course melons. Why not melons? In here we have a mini cube, and inside of that cube there's another smaller auto melon farm and a sugarcane farm. You can see the farm here continue down, the carrots, the wheat, potatoes, bits and pieces. So pretty sure this was also built by Prisoner as well. You could actually go in here and go up through the middle, through all the different levels. I have no idea what this is. No idea. So this is another prisoner build, as I was saying. So this is his tree sanctuary and his tree golem. Very clever. If we go down to here, just in case you can't read this, a nation that destroys its soils destroys itself. Forests are the lungs of our land, purifying the air and giving fresh strength to our people. Very prisoner-esque. So this is where we would get all of our different variants of wood, and we always made sure to regrow it so that we didn't upset Prisoner. No, just because that's the good thing that basemates do. So over here, down that hallway, we had a zombie skelly grinder, and here was a darkroom spawner made by Jeding. Not sure what that is. Looks kind of cool. Almost looks like a mini iron farm. It's very nice. That is essentially Melon Cube. So it was, for such a short time that this base existed, it's actually quite a big build. We had an awful lot of fun here. I was very sad. Oh, that's very nice of half. I was very sad when we lost this base. We did, the majority of us ended up heading on over to Nexus. So all of the players that you see here, plus BallsyBlockhead and James, headed off to Nexus. Hearth, as I mentioned earlier, had headed off to his own base already, where he was basing with Fudge. But essentially, this is Melon Cube. I hope you have enjoyed having a bit of a look around here. Something a little bit nostalgic again for me, and it's something that most people would have seen this version of the cube. The only part that they would have mainly seen would have been the griefed part of it. So I hope you all enjoyed having this little bit of a look around as much as I did, and have a great day.